Good morning. I will be presenting my research proposal. My name is Trent Howard, and this is my presentation on organic farming. So, following this was my literature review. My working claim states that organic farming is arguably the best solution in upcoming years that will provide the world with the needs it calls for due to the ever-growing population environment impact. Now, this claim will be changing to better fit my essay in the future because as I got my feedback from my literature review, it is not that good and it is very rough. So my first source was by Biotechnology Journal. It is an academic journal. Some of the details within, it talks about the job projections in the future, its environmental improvement because traditional methods are causing problems in the environment and destroying it, whereas organic farming is actually showing improvement. Now the credibility, there are an entire panel of scientists that are presenting all of this information and they're peer reviewing each other and fact checking everything. Now the relevance to my argument is sustainability. My second article is biotechnology and biotechnological equipment. That is who it's written by. It is also an academic journal. Now they go more into the specific developmental research and studies, the compilation of years of research. Now they're pulling from over 5 years and they're bringing it all together, compiling it and drawing their conclusions about all of the research, whether it's good or bad. But 99% of their information shows that it is an improvement based on traditional methods, using pesticides and all those harmful substances against the environment, whereas organic farming it steers away from all of that. Some of the credibility, they are a part of the Taylor and Francis organization. They're a world-renowned organization in organic farming. Now, the relevance to my argument, it provides facts and proof of positives of organic farming and allows them to correlate between the facts and the world. My third source is an academic journal. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name because it's Polish. So the details, it goes into how the European Union, their policy is changing for organic farmers and traditional farmers. They're making it harder to be a traditional farmer. They're putting restrictions on the way they can farm and how much they can produce and like their crop yields. So, and they talk about the organic farming job yield as well because, as I said, they're putting certain regulations and rules that they are not able to put out as much if they're a traditional farmer compared to if they are producing in organic farming methods and processes. Now the credibility, like I said earlier, they are in the University of Life Sciences of Poland. So there's a whole panel of scientists that are in that university, whether they have their doctorate or whether they have their master's and they're achieving their doctorate. They're all accredited through that university. And again, the relevance to my argument is the support of my first source in sustainability. My next argument is from Agricultural Management. It is also an academic journal. Some of the details, they go into depth about the world consumption of what we're looking at right now as a whole planet, and with the solutions to farming practices. So that is talking on traditional farming. Now they're opting out of those traditional ways to better compensate for what the world consumes now, which is organic farming, and trying to save the wildlife and the environment in the process. Now the credibility, like some of the other sources, it's a research study by a panel of scientists. Now they're backed up through other universities and other scientists as well. and throughout the entire process they're proofreading each other. And the relevance to the argument is why organic farming is needed, because our world consumption is so high. Organic farming is a healthier, more sustainable solution to our world consumption of food at this current moment. Now, my interview, I was not able to get a primary source, but I have a secondary source. It is Go Big or Go Home with Organic Farming. There's 5 panelists from different parts of the United States, but there is that one from One Organic Farms from Canada. But the other 4 are from varying almost climates of the United States, but they're relatively in hot environments. So the interview was titled Go Big or Go Home with Organic Farming. It is the Farmers Business Network were the ones who conducted this interview, and it was conducted on February 7th, 2020, so it's very recent, very current with information, and I'm going to use this interview in search of facts and first-hand testimonies of proof that organic farming is the next step over traditional, because of all of the facts behind it, all of the benefits, and the healthier crop yield that they will be able to produce compared to traditional ways with pesticides and chemicals. And brings one of my final slides, just feedback. My questions are, have I covered all my subjects and leave little to the audience for questions? If not, what may I be missing in my proposal, and what areas within my presentation could use more information and explanation? And these are my references.